Alright to you, Strips, my dear subscribers and fellow Celtic fans. It's me again, Glasgow Genuine. We traffic one. Sorry, traffic one. And Celtic Scarf. So today I'd love to talk about, the focus on that Glasgow derby match. What do you think about that? Today's match, Celtic Zombies. What do you think about that match? I think that that was a see, even I can't find proper words, but I think just wipe our tears. We should as Celtic sports, we should we should wipe our tears because everything's gonna be fine, There's the Celtic, so that's Celtic. So everyone has bad moments, everyone has bad moments in life, not everything. So we have to just in out, breathe in out, right? So I was pure buzzing, man. I was my emotions were penting up, during today's match. But I strongly believe that Celtic will win to the very end, to the very last minute, But here I am, yes, Glasgow Genuine, traffic one. So as you know, it proved to be the day. Disappointment for Celtic if they lost like 3-2 at the home as a game. So beware I come the fan down before conceding a third goal late in a game. So Celtic had barely enjoyed 10 touches and that. So the performance was not quite good. It's just pure nice words, man, but it's not quite good. But it is a ball. We need Celtic needs, I think, some fixing improvements in the defence, especially defence, because I still see some hammers or spaces in defence. The last goal of Zombies was comical. What? I couldn't understand it. Why they scored that goal? Why just they did that? I don't know. Seriously, that was a comical one. That space in the defence, Celtic, that's unsettling. But I think that Brendan Rodgers knows just now what he should do just now. But it's pure hard for me to comment today's match because I thought that game would be a squish. To be easier for Celtic, because there's a reason for this, just that was at Celtic Park as well, so I thought that was just alright. But what can I say? I was pure shocking, but we are Celtic supporters, faithful through and through, so we're going to stay with Celtic till the end of our lives. Faithful through and through. Celtic. Hope you know what I mean. Real Celtic supporters knows what I mean, so as they know, you're Glasgow Genuine. See my traffic on it? And this. Of course, always. So there was not Celtic the thread Nico Raskin hit that for corner, so that was a shock. It was a game for a hoops. Although get a quickly fashioned opportunity for let's take McGuinn for a ball for the top of the Rangers. That is in my head. So I thought, no Rangers, sorry. Zombies. Perverts. There was that saved in the 9th minute, Rio Hatate. Don't get me wrong, Celtic had hundreds of chances in second half. So it should be 3-2 for Celtic, max. I push a one corner, has ran my head in for a cop corner, so but just 6 minutes after, I think that if it was squandered a great chance, so on a double. But I think, it's just a lead back of Cerny couldn't finish after that, it was a pass na Kasper Schmeichel, so Leon Balogun was ahead there, so I was going for 26 minutes, so I swear I have Mark and Arne Engels, so I think it lack of distance, but it's effort went, he and Wade. Så det som 37 minutes så arranged with 0 أنا محمد بعد يوم ما دي den hjärtat bara med rasken. Det så kan Celtic didn't define the effort to just deflected the corner before it tried 35 yards out and then we just flashed wide in the target. So it's just before a break, making a Vrodsky so that header off that corner to Jack Bucklands. So again, Celtic had 72% possession of the ball, but Celtic should do something that just possession of the ball. It means seriously nothing. It's just you're just possessable. So Celtic should use it that they possess a ball for a lot of the team, that 72% of the team. The ball possession, so Celtic should score more goals, not just playing with the ball in some moments, Celtic started a second half seriously. They should wake up, so that's because I think that treble is almost certain, but I'll think about some changes in next season, so just to avoid zombies, hammer us again. 3 minutes after I break deze maida Amrus Haisahina just jot across the far cross postman. Rio Hatati. I heard of Celtic attacking throughout a surging equalizer of 54 minutes, so that was a volley which is deflected for a corner. It was just a vermarken is maida, so the ball landed for McGuinn into the air, but low shot managed to sway. So I mean, but 73 minutes after Brendan Rodgers said drew at level. This time McGuinn was a provider of Freddie Haddadi, so in the net. So I mean, 4 minutes after, that Jeffrey Schwabnik also a shot by Egypt era was away saved. We just corner bar on hit that little shot to sway the target. So I mean, Haddadi is another shot to 20 yards. So I mean, we just guys the hoops, push forward, so about resulting goal kick. I just visitors grabbed their third goal of the game. So a long ball wasn't headed clear, but Alistair Johnson lost the footing. Hamza imaged something in the area. How do I give the Rangers 3-2? Sorry, zombies. Blah. They didn't know what they had. 3 points. That was shocking, but I don't want to, seriously, I didn't want to comment the troops. It's because that was pure hard for me, But I think we should definitely wipe our tears. And they especially support Celtic, support hoops in moments of struggle. So that's yours. Right. So the new we my traffic connect. I'm going to talk about Glasgow Gothic architecture, some Gothic revival styles, and the Gothic Edwardian styles, so as a Gothic, an older Gothic as well. So I'm going to talk about Glasgow Gothic architecture as a whole, and give some examples, right? So that we gander again. So last time I was talking about Glasgow's Victorian era charm architecture. So if you didn't watch it, just watch it, please. All right. Truly recommend that one. So first of all, I'd love to tell you that what's characterized Gothic revival. It's referred to Victorian Gothic and Neo-Gothic architecture movements was gradually beginning at the second half of the 17th century, but became widespread movement first of 19th century, also for England. So that was increasingly serious, but learned admirers so revive medieval Gothic architecture, so intending to complement or even supersede neoclassical styles. So prevalent that theme Gothic draws upon features and medieval examples, including the decorative patterns, finials, laced windies, and hood-moved modes. So by the middle of 19th century, Gothic revival had become a prominent architecture in the Western world, and it began to follow the fashion between the 1880s and the 1890s. So Aye, therefore. Gothic architecture began at the Basilica of Saint Denis near Paris, the Cathedral of Sens, 1140s, and that last flourished in the early 16th century. What else I'd love to tell you is the roots of the Gothic revival is that a race of evangelism is in the 18th century, early 19th centuries. So also that high church movement was sort of emphasized the continuity between the established church and the Reformation Catholic Church. So architecture is in the form of Gothic revival, as I said, it just became that main weapons. High church of more Gothic revival as it was also paralleled with support medievalism. Så altså, air traffic kunne Glasgow genuine. Right. So, as me as more equatorian with survivors are curious, so and industrialization. So progressive reaction, machine production, and the appearance of factories also grew. So proponents of the picturesque production. So Gothic revival also look on political connotations. So what the rational, radical, neoclassical style begin seen as associated with republicanism and the liberalism. So in contrast, some spiritual traditional Gothic revival became associated with monarchism and the conservatism, which is reflected by a choice of the chosen styles are built government centers, the governments. British government as well. So I want to focus on Gothic just now as a whole. Just Gothic architecture, not Gothic revival, because there are two different styles. I mean, it's Gothic, but Gothic, it's a little bit older style. And the Gothic revival was popular in the 1830s. Gothic was more popular in the between 12th and 16th century, surviving up to 17th century. So older Gothic. So Gothic architecture is architectural style, man. So it was prevalent in late 20th, 16th century, as I mentioned. Survived up to 17th century. Evolved from Romanesque architecture, and just was succeeded Renaissance architecture. So I mean, that was organized by France, Picardy, regions of France. The style was sometimes known as a French work. There's a Gothic term. Gothic was applied contemporarily during the later Renaissance, and these ambitious surveyed architecture of classical antiquity. The defining design of Gothic architecture is a pointed arc. It uses a pointed arch and light development of the points red vaults, flying buttressness, and the combined with elaborate tracery stained glass windows. Common examples of Gothic or found architecture in the Gothic cathedrals, churches, it was abbeys, parish churches, also architecture of the castles, palaces, town halls, gateholes, universities, and the primitive the day private dwellings. So I'd love to mention influences. The Gothic style that has some influence, strong influence by the Romanesque architecture, as I mentioned, which preceded that. As the growing population that is so wealth European size, so the desire to express local grandeur. Alright, so the new I'd love to that was just an introduction about Gothic as Gothic revival. But I'd love to focus on Glasgow just now, on Glasgow Gothic Gothic architecture, Glasgow Gothic architecture examples, right? So so Glasgow's, incredibly Gothic city, as you know. If you go just talking about the cafes, the foundation of Glasgow were built now, so around Glasgow Cathedral, and the most Gothic building in the city. So, but remember, Glasgow Cathedral, it's not Gothic revival style, it's it's Gothic. So it means that it's older, older than the Gothic revival style, right? So very architectural, so styles of building in Scotland, and we're striking at Glasgow's Gothic masterpieces, so that all aspiring craftsmanship, That's the dramatic beauty of Glasgow. So Gothic building, it's truly something. Glasgow is truly amazing city, man. Truly amazing, truly special, Pure unique and pure brilliance. And Glasgow is the only place I love. So Gothic architecture flourished during the medieval periods. So that in the 19th century. But in the 19th century, it kind of interestingly to the Gothic revival style. So for 19th century, Gothic became Gothic revivals movement. So style, which swept across Europe. Even the indelible mark of Glasgow's urban landscape. So let me tell you that first example of the you know probably should know that People's Palace. So would you believe that People's Palace is in Gothic revival style? So it's a tells that a wee bit of history of People's Palace. That as you know that it's the People's Palace is the People's Palace, Palace of Peoples of Glasgow, the 1750s. It tells you a history of the people of Glasgow and what they did. You can see so the interiors and pure the brilliance in the People's Palace. So you can see the how people of Glasgow, how Glaswegians lived, how they spent Friday nights, especially the Barons dance hall. So I mean spare time, right? And then the steamies, they washing their clothes, how they work. It was just my work life and everything. So the social life of Glaswegians for the streets of Glasgow, everything. So this, it's hidden in People's Palace. The new renovated, as you know. It's a fascinating place. Hidden as I think it's a gem of People's Palace, of people. It's a gem. People's Palace is gem of the Glasgow Green, so it's hidden in Glasgow Green. So the new is being renovated and it should be opened until 2027 early spring. So I think it's a pearl of Glasgow. It's my opinion. It's the pearl of Glasgow. So People's Palace was opened around 1898, but was planned around 1825. But the old Lochaberry quarry stone, dating back to, I don't know, it's almost 2 million years. So see that stone for which People's Palace was built is pure old. 2 million or 12 million years. So check it out now. But as far as I know, so it's Gothic revival. So the idea of palaces for the people drew with the writings of John Ruskin, but William Morrison and Besant was just that just been at the time. So that was the east of Glasgow, at a bit of unhealthy, overcrowded, So part of the city, People's Palace was intended to provide a catcher centre of people. So I mean, upon its opening, by John Rosebery, Lord Provost of Glasgow, so the House of Lords described a passive pleasure of imagination. That's all around the people may please their affections, which may give them a home, which of that memory may rest. He declared the building open to the people forever and ever. Glasgow Cathedral. As you know, Glasgow Cathedral is the most Gothic building in Glasgow. So it's situated in Toonhead, the oldest part of Glasgow as well, and the next to necropolis. So Glasgow Cathedral, as I should tell you, I should give you a wee bit of history. So the Glasgow Cathedral was established as a wooden church in Toonhead at Mulledy near Bern. I'm only reminding you that Mulledy near Bern is flowing through the canal just now, but Mulledy near Bern is the forgotten Glasgow's river. So Glasgow Cathedral was established at Mulledy near Bern. Right. So St. Mungo came to Toonhead. It wasn't just Glasgow. No. Glasgow became Glasgow, as you know, in 1175. But Glasgow Cathedral, as a wooden church, was established in Toonhead by St. Kentigern, St. Mungo, called Mungo, as you know, patron saint of Glasgow. So Glasgow, I'll give you some bit of history. So it's just 1543 they came established that around 1124. It was owned by the Bishop Jocelyn. Then, as I mentioned, around 1192, Glasgow Cathedral was burned down. So around 1197 was almost rebuilt. 1190s was a Glasgow fair established by Bishop Jocelyn at the Glasgow my main time, so established at Cathedral Square, and then moved to Glasgow Green, the Glasgow fair is the day during the water holidays, for example, by the Stimmy, during the Clyde. So but moved to the point. Around 1579, the Glasgow Cathedral was almost demolished because of that. It was the Reformation times that every Catholic church had to be demolished. But that was saved. Glasgow Cathedral was saved around 1579 by members of Trades House. Trades Hall. Which was the kind of Glasgow Town Hall, which is a Glasgow Consistory, was that Town Hall, Glasgow Trades House. So, but 1848, 1846, it's the main tour, that tour consistory house was were demolished around this year. So, Glasgow Cathedral is smaller just now, with the grounds is St. Mango, where is staying the St. Mango's tomb. So, alright, so but it's a pretty brilliant place if you that medieval charm, I suppose. So it's the very heart of Glasgow. You should know. So it's a main Gothic building in the city. So in Glasgow, so I've been there around the cathedral. So I mean, making it one of the most buildings ever built in a lot. I suppose in 1137, I forgot, Glasgow Cathedral was consecrated, and then it became Glasgow. So the size of cathedral as described as one of the finest buildings in Glasgow. So in 1200, so I was right, mainland Scotland, but I was in the building of the extension, and then I was in a cathedral place over at the keys and that. So that different renovations occur in different centuries. Building fabric for Bishop Jocelyn's time, still stunning. As he's recorded as gloriously enlarging cathedral in 1181. So that's something that fragments from the previous cathedrals also been found. Tolbooth Steeple. As you know, Tolbooth Steeple in Merchant City was situated in Merchant City, but it's not just nowhere else. The building was rebuilt 3 times, but most of all, in March 1626, Tolbooth Steeple was played role of a Glasgow Town Hall, court, prison, civic centre, but that was demolished in 1814 and then became a merchant house. That's because when the court and prison moved to the St. Enoch and the Silk Market Court at Glasgow Green, so as public executions. So that building was prison court, civic centre, Glasgow Town Hall, Tolbooth Steeple. 1626 up to 1814, but alright, Merchant City. But the remains of old Tolbooth now, it's just the Tolbooth is just remained that, but to where Tolbooth. It's a hidden gem. It should be opened for public, I think, for people. It should be pure the brown to go and see that what's inside that steeple. As being the old Tolbooth. So that's the mirror of older Tolbooth now. As you know, same that location. So 1626, a new Tolbooth was built. So that built was impressive stone. You think a 5-story home, a small windies, which like my Drungate. The Tolbooth was used not administrative center of the prison for those accused of crimes. Not the prisoners would have been laid to rooms of narrow. The Turnpike on this Tolbooth steeple, the even 7-story steeple, which survived the day. So they have stood is not a building, so the biggest Gothic feature of the steeple is the roof. Alright. So Glasgow Uni at last. Glasgow Uni is a Gothic revival style. Glasgow Uni is built in Gothic revival style. As you know, that of Gilmore Hill, that the building built, that University of Glasgow building, which is situated at Gilmore Hill, was built around 1870s, 1890s by the George Scott and John Scott, father and son, but 2 of them were architects. So they built that pure brilliant University Glasgow Uni, so overlooking the Kelvingrove Park, and the rest of the Kelvin site and Feniston. So I'd say you should know that reportedly Alexander Thompson was a human that never got awarded the contract to University of Glasgow after contributions of the city, within the political time. So as the politics of the time, Sir George Gilbert Scott, as I mentioned, was awarded that contract. So although he died before a building was finished, so his son John Scott, famous architect, was on right. He completed the iconic building around 1891. So the new serves Glasgow's Uni main campus. It's Glasgow's most notable landmark. So another, I should say, it's Templeton's factory. It's situated in Glasgow Green as well. So Templeton's carpet factory, situated as Glasgow Green. It was Templeton a car version, but it's purpose-built carpet factory, which looks incredibly different. Is a map is a escape now, so the escape factory how the day. I mean, display opulence. So I mean, which is a tricky thing. I mean, as you say, right now there is the reserve Victorian Society who preferred imposing majesty, your Glasgow genuine iconic Gothic revival architecture. So after repeated design proposals, they had been just a Glasgow cooperation. Templeton hired famous architects William Lapierre to produce a design that would be so grand. Couldn't possibly be rejected now. William Lapierre modelled the building of a Dodge Pass in Venice. So the Hunterian Museum, situated in Glasgow Uni main campus, Gilmore Hill, was built in Gothic revival style as well in around 1807. Barony Hall is in Toonhead as well, facing Royal Infirmary, next to Provence Lordship. So the Barony Hall, I mean, previously known as a Barony Church, Gothic revival as well. But it sounds like Victorian neo-Gothic. It's neo-Gothic, sorry. It's building on Castle Street and Toonhead, as I mentioned. We have a go. There's one new buildings in the area. So that was Mr. Wrightson, clearance of the 1950s, 60s. The building which is now as the new was knocked down. Glasgow, as you know, Glasgow had to knock down some of the buildings. The Christian Institute. So that was in the Christian Institute was the best example of Gothic architecture in the Glasgow city centre, occupied by a full city block, Bothwell Street, the city centre. It was opened around 1880s and cost around over £18 million, adjusted for inflation. So, what else I should tell you is the Renfrew Street Church was also demolished, knocked down, but it's not Gothic. It's a Gothic church. Renfrew Street Church was Gothic church, built around 1848, demolished in 1865. Oranmere, the church facing Botanic Gardens, the corner of Great Western Road. It's the Great Western Road. Here is half Botanic Gardens and the corner of the Byers Road. So here is situated, Oranmere is situated. Oranmere means, remember what I tell you? Oranmere is the Scottish Gaelic and it means great song. So, but as well, Oranmere saw its foundation as well as on September 1862. Originally a church of Scotland, place of worship and the neo-Gothic style. It was built in neo-Gothic style, Oranmere, and designed by J.J. Stevenson, and the spire was built in the Italian Gothic pyramid style, but a unique architectural treat, rarely seen in Glasgow. So, Hellhead Parish Church. You probably maybe know about that, maybe know nothing about that church, Hellhead Parish Church. It's purely brilliant. I've been there. Last time I've been to Glasgow. So Hellhead Parish, I was impressed when I was stand. There's a starting category at A listed building. It was designed by the architect James Sellers. Opened the congregation around 1876. So accommoded a Saint Chapel in Paris. So it was a 9 windies, stained glass panels, and the main body of the church. The windy but Victorian art is a Sir Edward Byrne Jones and was version de Noom Landamus one day. Beside MacLean installed around 1958, sorry. Talbot Steeple, Tron Steeple, previously is situated in Merchant City as well. So that Tron Gates. So that Talbot Steeple, originally it was a church, was built around 1485. Around in 1522 it was a Saint Anne and Mary of Loreto Church. That steeple was built around 1630s, 36, but there was a great fire of that around 1793. Sold up, like, accidentally, sold by somebody. So that's 1794 was rebuilt. Other details were added after, but it was a kerk, Tromkerk, so it means church. The new when Glasgow Corporation, the day Glasgow City Council bought it around 1946, it became known as Tron Theatre, no Kerk. But Talbot, straight to go back to the point, Tron Steeple wasn't always attached to the theatre, so originally was a part of a late medieval place of worship, as I mentioned, called the Church of Mary Ascent of Loreto. St. Anne, destroyed around 1793. If you think that stands out for that price of buildings on the Trongate, you'll be correct. The Gothic style, is a Gothic style, that older one's a Gothic style. No, don't mix it with a Neo-Gothic or Edwardian Gothic or Gothic revival styles, because it's a Gothic style, the oldest style, which is pretty recognizable. Gothic style is pretty recognizable. If you look closely at the picture of the steeple at the Trongate, London, so the next time you have to look up anyway. So the new, I'd love to tell you that maybe some of the places in Glasgow you shouldn't miss. Of course, it's the Bars Market you shouldn't miss. I recommended that book. If you don't know that book, so the Bars, you should visit the Bars. As you know, Bars established by the Maggie McIver around for the grounds of London Road to Gallowgate. So it's very around 1926, and Barham as well. Her idea, you should visit one. If you want to spend a pure bit on Friday night, so at dance hall, as well. Maggie McIver, 1934, the Battlefield Rest. Next is as you know, it's a Garnish. Maybe some of them mentioned, but Central Station, Glasgow Central Station, you should visit one. Byers Road buildings, Britannia Panopticon, Victorian Times, Glasgow Swimming Park in Glasgow, the version from the visual daily existence in Busy, Body Smoky, and other musicals. So that's the shows regularly. At the end of the Paxodon's attempt to wholly injured performer at the Disney Lake. So opened around 1857. The Britannia in Glasgow's Drongate as the world's oldest surviving musical. So in 1906, but it's transformed, incorporated as a freak show. But fairgrounds and waxworks and a dress up and a hot hand undergo on the wedding ceremony has made. So Betsy also bridal attire. So there may on another occasion shameless Packard. So for someone arrested and disorderly by the policeman. So in 1938, when the Britannia Panopticon went away of all music halls, I was closed outdoors in the face of competition from the cinema. So in 1997, the Judy Bors visited the Border Theatre, Finlow, for the police. So next thing you should visit in Glasgow, especially my bill of Glasgow, is Caledonia Road Church, designed by Alexander Greg Thompson, as you know. So that church was built around 1856, as I mentioned. Opened in 1875. So over the years, the huge graveyard, 1875. So architect, lay and commemorate. So Thompson, Alexander Greek Thompson, became well known as incorporating the elements of Greek Egyptian styles as Egyptian halls in Glasgow City Centre as well. Across original style, so as into work, the mid of 19th century, so I mentioned around 1856. So as of Glasgow and the environs of Villa says on castle too. I mean, so terrace house, commercial premises, as you know. They also designed that have been described as of the first finest romantic sculptures of the world. But three of the city, Caledonia Road Church, is at the end of the St Vincent Street, at the very bottom. So the congregation by the 1960s, so that was in 1965. It was largely destroyed by fire, so it should be transformed just now into something, renovated. Other place you should visit in Glasgow, I think, in my opinion, is Glasgow Central Station. The grounds of Glasgow Central Station. There are tours there. So Fairfield, of course. I should mention this very game Glasgow tour. I mean, George Square, which was the heart of Glasgow. So George Square, Nightmare Images was just a field, but that was created as a George Square. In 1770, wasn't it, right? 1772, about 1781, George Square was opened, named after George III, King George III. So, as you know, Merchant City Glasgow Cross, that was Glasgow tour situated at the Govan, but it's not the Clyde, so it's where the Waverley's moved, but I don't know if it's opened. Glickman's, the best way shop in Glasgow. Pure brand. Yummy swagers, you know. So the Glickman's is not just as you know, it's just a time machine, transfer of customers, you know. But as we back to their own place, confectionery space, not them continuation, and then as we're back now to hear about it was founded around 1903. And still going strong. Glickman's all call favorites now, so the ideas back to the core is a Glickman original recipes now. So my granddaughter Ryan and her daughter Julie. So you should go there. Govanstones, as I mentioned, Govanstones 100 times situated in Old Govan Parish Church in Govan. So Govanstones commemorates the rulers of Kingdom of Strathclyde and the Hogback Stones, first settlers of Govan, Vikings, dating back between 1900s 1100s AD. Next one I have Homewood House. Worth recommending is the Cullingrove Bandstand, the hundreds of performances took place. Glasgow Green, film festivals, Lighthouse, we have Macintosh arts with the best view of Glasgow on Glasgow. There are Glasgow rooftops, you know, at the very bottom is the terrace. You should see that Glasgow all the way. So design built in 1895. So since we are around stairs, you know. Necropolis, you know, dating back 1830s, 31. Of course, Fairfield Shipyard, Pollock Park with Highland House. We have Barrows collection hidden on the Pollock House. It's been renovated just now. Pollock House 1752, owned by the Maxwell's. But I should do that. There's hundreds of fascinating walks in the woodlands. Some magical spots in that. Pollock Park is hidden up, especially Coos as well. Waverley, Queen's Park, Pure de Brilliance, Rooking Glen. It's outside Glasgow, but it's Pure de Brilliance as well. Templeton Building, I mentioned that. Tall Ships. It's a museum on the water. Hundreds of tenement house. One it's as I mentioned, built around 1890s by John Ferguson. It was the house when the Miss Agnes Stewart's left. It's situated in Garnet Hill. should get off at Cocadans and have that Garnet Hill. So it's a variant of the Backlosh Street. So Riverside Museum, of course. People spas, fucking man, everything. Place of Glasgow that you shouldn't miss. I could talk about it for fucking hours, for hours, you know. And I wanted to tell you your Glasgow genuine now, traffic connect, of course, alright. It's going to tell you 15 fascinating most facts about Glasgow that even Glaswegians don't know. Glasgow is a wonderful city, as you know, packed with secrets. I still have to discover, I have to tell you that, I have to admit it, I still have to, discover Glasgow. Not just that I have to, I mean, I love I don't know, 100 secrets. Glasgow is packed with secrets, man, packed with secrets, mysteries. And I haven't discovered yet, so there's many old artifacts around Glasgow, so I suppose you say there's some the Glaswegians like, they know. We wanted to share the most curious and interesting, the known facts about Glasgow. So, first fact, if you don't know, did you know that Glasgow tenements are two different colours? I have sandstone, blonde sandstone, and the sandstone area. Those tenements with the sandstone will be iron. So, because throughout the 18th and 19th century, blonde sandstone quarry was there in Glasgow. So, the majority of the local sandstone is coming out bishoprics. Quarries in the pre-1890s. So, after the rail network it established in Glasgow, across Scotland around the 1890s, so that suddenly became a lot easier. So, more marble in Glasgow City Chambers than the Vatican. There's more marble. Did you know? More marble in the City Chambers of Glasgow. There is the new Glasgow City Council. That's the fucking Vatican City, man. So, thanks to a small part of Glasgow's Carrara marble staircase. So, it's mostly large in Western Europe. So, next one is invention of the Macintosh raincoat. Did you know? The Macintosh raincoat was invented by a Glaswegian chemist, as well Charles Macintosh. Not that one, but that one was a fully waterproof process. Waterproof, rebellished fabric created commenting two closed together natural rubber. Next fact is a hidden underground underneath Glasgow, so the junction of Cathedral Street and the North Hanover Street. A curious sandstone. Sandalone, building was on the left now. Shaft that connects the site. There's a staircase tunnels, the expansive network runs the right family, so the telephone exchange and dial house. Was the Buffer Street up beneath the subway line. So the telephone which is not heard of the network was commissioned by General Post Office, host General Processor, West Scotland. So 1950s, Cold War is in mind. The exchange with the West End and the nuclear bomb attack on Glasgow. So was the next fact is that remnants of historic hotel Cafe Gandolfi, that's the respected cafe in Glasgow. So known is very interesting interior. I was excited, authentic Scottish menu. The revolving doors are even older than the cafe itself. So taking that for a Grand Hotel in the Charing Cross. So the demolition making a new Glasgow in the ring. Wrote in 1860. So Glasgow was one of the oldest metro systems, as you know. The Clockwork Orange subway calls to the world, third oldest in the world, created around 1896. As you know. Home to one of oldest three fossils in the world. Fossil growth. Search stamps that around 330 million years old. They're not dinosaurs. Even if they hidden gem of Glasgow in the southwest of Victoria Park, in Whitehenge. Home to Scotland's oldest cathedral, as you know, built by St. Kentigern. Next one, obscurity, is that I don't know, you're Glasgow genuine. It's going to tell you everything. So ask me anything. When it comes to Glasgow, ask me anything. I choose around with pleasure. We my traffic one. So if you spot that traffic one, and me, that'll be me. So if you spot that traffic one, and meeting it. So come to me and just I can show you around Glasgow. I'll just give you a weekend around Glasgow solely pleasure. So the real explanation behind the bringing that 10 Wendy's. The buildings is a on be broken at one day, but building half shilling a year. So the legislation was replaced in 1851. So many Glasgow newer tenements feature blocked. And Wendy's are a face not charge. So like actually the brecht the fake Wendy's, a practice of Georgian and Victorian architecture, there's about maintaining buildings as symmetrical facades. It wasn't exclusive to the Glasgow either, but so many vertical flights, so break the Wendy's. I mean, that was when that's creative corpse of White House on the Titanic as well. Creme de la creme was the creme de la creme of the other fact. There wasn't much of the for dining. I found the finished one in the around 1800s, but there was a creme de la creme, you know, one of the biggest Indian restaurants in Europe. So it was big, on 1,000 dinars, called Calvin Cinema, and they on Argyle Street. So St. Valentine's bones are stored in the Gorbals as well. It's another fact. So next fact is as you know, why there are some metal curbs in Glasgow? What's the old fast way that curbs? Number of side streets, all the spots, you know. So on the side routine, as you know, retain these metal curbs on the streets, you know. Cures to just protect the pavement iron for a cart. Away it's not out of fault cause damage during deliveries to business in the narrow lanes between the city blocks. Remnants of the Glasgow tram system. So I just in spots walking around Glasgow, you should see the remnants on the buildings as the remains of the Glasgow system, the Glasgow tram system tracks. So if you look up around the Glasgow city centre, the main streets, you know, and not just in the city centre, but as well, I spotted that in the West End. So I was at the Great Western Road, some of the Hayden Byers Road, Great Western Road, some of the those streets, back streets, narrow streets. So there are these. So main street of the district like Patrick, Denniston as well. If you go and see you just have to look up. It's another charm of my Glasgow, another mystery of my Glasgow. So you spotted look up. So you see the remnants of the Glasgow tram system. So ornament of Victorian metal brackets, as meaning the all lights brackets. This toy is almost hooks med trams rosettes, where tram wire. This little hooks were tram wire rosettes used to support the it wasn't road tram lines that crossed the canopy of the city back in the day. That's part of St. Enoch railway station book. It's on St. Enoch. Is Cardiff Antoine center of Cumbernauld. And the north, it's up on the north of Glasgow. It's a Glasgow port, so down the war. Cumbernauld, but also originally found on the very west of a Harsha station train shed. So that's over out of very crowded concourses trains came and went. So next time trips, I'm going to your Glasgow genuine traffic on it, and Celtic Daft as well. But best of all, Glasgow genuine with traffic on it. Next time I'm going to continue Glasgow's architecture. It will be, I don't know just yet, but it will be Baroque style, Edwardian buildings, or Art Nouveau and Glasgow style of Jocelyn Mackintosh. So plus maybe Celtic, of course, Celtic much, and then maybe Glasgow street names. So I'm planning to, but I'm continuing the Glasgow's architecture. So the new I'd love to read to you some of my beloved book. See, you know, I have to tell you something that I made out. At first, these were my very first classes for Glasgow accent. I was practicing that pure, the brilliant Glasgow accent. So with a smashing book with James Kelman, it was highlights. So I read to use the first fragment as a Glasgow accent practice. So you weak in a corner, stay there, hope your body will disappear. The thoughts smothering you. this was what you want to remember, all the things that keeps you for doing it. Why can you not do it? The worst feeling you're heat, there were their words, there's something, Rang and just something like a parang here, no, a good man, you're not a good man, just a good man, so hey, make the awareness where you are. Here, some this corner, with his was feeling you. The Christ he was sore and that stiff. He was bounding. Your head traffic on it. They shivered a handship with his shoulders, shut his eyes, or up in the corners with the fingertips. See all kinds of spots later. Where in the name fuck. So that was the for the day trips. So have a pure brilliant evening, wherever you are. For Glasgow genuine. See you next Sunday, of course. Alright, right.